So I'm going to get started again. Hi, my name is Jenna Underwood. Most people call me Miss Jenna. I am in the nursing department, a professor in the nursing department. I'm the retention specialist. And I'm going to show you how mostly to get started on Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, but we're also going to talk about some other things. The first thing I want to do is just orient you to this area so that you know how to do the things you need to do to interact with me if you have questions and concerns. So the first thing I want to show you is on your screen at the bottom, you should see 4 icons. The first icon looks like a person in a white circle with a green check on it. If you click on that person, you'll see your name and you'll see some other options. These are ways to let your instructor know if how you're feeling during a lecture without actually interrupting what they're saying. So you can tell them, oh, yeah, I'm confused or I disagree. Ah, exactly. I've already got 2 people who are happy. Woohoo! 3. Wow, okay. You guys catch on quick. I love it. It's also a way that you can leave a session. Don't leave the session and yet. So the next thing beside you, beside the icon of the person, is what looks like a microphone, and that's exactly what it is. It's a way to turn on and turn off your microphone. I want to caution. Yes, Miss Thompson.
I'm sorry, trying to.
I can see when you raise your hand, and we are going to talk about raising your hand in just a moment.
Okay.
So that's great. You're already learning lots of things. Nicole.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Did you
Yes,
have a question?
yes, the first step. I don't really understand the first step.
Oh, the person? That's
Yes,
just something for fun. It's mostly if you want to let a teacher know that you're confused or something like that. It'll let them know exactly how you're feeling without actually interrupting them. So if you click on on the bottom, you should see a person, what looks like a person. If you click on that icon, you can see that it says happy, surprised, faster, agree, sad, confused, slower, and disagree. And you can always click on one of those things to let the teacher know how you're feeling. Okay? It's also up there. You can also see leave session, so that's a way of leaving the session.
where exactly I can show that?
And you should see a bunch of people, like a bunch of students and stuff, and my face. Underneath that, at the bottom of your screen, you should see 4 icons. One that looks like a person in a white circle, one that looks like a microphone where you turned on your microphone, one that looks like a video camera, and one that looks like a hand raised.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
The one that looks like a person, if you click on that one, that's where you can see all the options to tell the teacher how you're feeling.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, so the microphone, I want to caution everybody about, I'll probably ask you to keep your microphones off unless you have something specifically to say, because if there are more than about 2 or 3 microphones on at a time, it starts getting really hard to hear. So, and you guys are really on the spot. You guys all muted your microphones immediately after that. That's perfect. The next icon that you see at the bottom is the webcam, and I can see already that one of our students has their webcam on. So that's a way to show your webcam or to not show it. Oh, there's another one. The last icon you see is a way of raising your hand. Raising your hand is a great way to not interrupt the teacher, so that it's just like in a class, so that when they finish their thought or their sentence or whatever they're doing, then they can call on you, and you will see that, and the teacher will see who raised their hand first. It'll actually show who's first, second, and third. Okay, so that's a great way. And I saw that one student already raised their hand. When you raise your hand, don't forget to click on it again when you've been answered, so that you can lower your hand again. So why doesn't everybody just raise their hand real quick? All right, good, good, good. I've got several people who haven't, but I think I've seen some of them raise their hands before. Good. All right. So there we go. So go ahead and lower your hands. You guys did a fantastic. The next thing I want you guys to see is a way of chatting. Good. So if you click on that raise hand again, it'll lower your hand unless you guys still have unless you have a question. The next thing is a little purple tab on your lower right hand side. Mimi, did you have a question? Okay. Good. A little purple tab on the right hand side. If you click on that tab, that's your collaborate panel. And the first thing on the bottom you'll see, yes, Mimi. Okay. The first thing you'll see on the first icon on the bottom you see looks like a little chat message bubble. And that's exactly what it is. And you can chat with people here. So I'm going to send a message to everybody. So hopefully you guys all see my message. And that's a great way to also let the teacher know something without necessarily interrupting them. Oh, Mimi, you can't hear anything. Okay. So that that will allow you to talk to everyone. If you click on the arrow beside everyone, once you've done that, you can also chat with a specific person. So you can actually start typing in somebody's name and chat with a specific person also. So if you just want to have a private message, that's great for that. Mimi, why don't you go out and come back in Google Chrome? Often, oh shoot, if you can't hear me, that won't it won't work for me to say it out loud. So the answer to your question is, if you send a private message to somebody other than the professor, most of the time, no, they're not able to see it. There is a setting that the professor can use to where they are able to see all messages, and it will depend on your instructor. When I'm teaching, I don't make that setting. I don't do that setting because you guys are all adults, and I don't need to monitor you guys. But each teacher will be different on that. So the next icon you see beside the message. Okay, well, adult-ish. The next icon you see beside the message bubble looks like two people who are clearly not social distancing. And it'll have a number. Right now the number is 15 because that's how many people are in this Collaborate session. If you click on that icon, you can see a list. Okay, I will come back to how you send a message to a specific person. And this is also a way you can send a message to a specific person. If you click on the two people beside each other with the number, you can see a list of the people who are in this Collaborate session. And actually, if you click beside their name in the circle with the three dots inside, you can actually send a private message to them using that. It'll say send a chat message. So that's a good way of also sending a chat message to someone specific. Questions about that? You're welcome to go ahead and give it a try. This session is a work session, one and intended for you guys to go ahead and touch and try and that sort of stuff. All right. And because I'm recording this for other students, what you'll see is I will sometimes, you sure did, I will sometimes call you by your first name if that's the name that is more anonymous. Like I will say that James, you definitely do have it, rather than using your last name, which is much more identifiable.
Yep. Thank you. I got it.
All right. So the next thing I want to show you is sometimes your teacher will put up a whiteboard, especially if they're like a math teacher or they want to show you something specific. And you can write on this whiteboard. Now, before you guys start writing on it, you use the pencil to write on it. But before you start writing on it, I want to caution you, do not use the eraser. I will show you how to erase a better way, but the eraser will clear the entire board. And so if you need to erase something, like you went to write something and you don't like it, what you'll do, go ahead and start writing. I see somebody already answered with my 6. Hopefully the person who wrote 7 doesn't really think it's 7. Good. Excellent. I see some of you already found that you can change colors. All right. Somebody hit the eraser so that we can clear this whole board. All right. I'll hit the eraser. All right. So let me show you how to erase just one line. So I had 4 plus 2 up here, right? And I'm really bad at drawing. Now, if I wanted to make that no longer plus 2, but minus 2, I'm going to use the little arrow icon. And I'm going to click on the line that I don't want. And then I'm going to hit the delete on my keyboard. And that now became 4 minus 2. And it's a whole nother math problem then. So why don't you guys continue practicing and drawing and stuff like that, and practice erasing things as well. On your, I don't know that you can do it on your phone. If you're on your phone, you might not be able, you might only be able to move things around. Ooh, y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form. I love it. Mass erase, you're going to use the eraser icon, and that will erase the entire board. Other than that, there's not really a way to mass erase. It's either click a specific line So to erase a specific line, you're going to use the arrow button. Hold on. You're going to use the arrow button. That's the first thing on the upper left-hand side. You don't have an eraser icon? Okay, good. All right, then you guys might not be able to erase on your board. My nursing students were, but we may have turned off your erase function. So if you click on the arrow button, and then you click on the line you don't want, and you hit delete or backspace on your keyboard, then that's how you erase a specific thing. So I see some of you are getting good at the erasing. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next thing that I want you guys to be able to see. Sometimes your teachers will also share a screen with you. Yeah, you're not going to have the eraser icon. Apparently, we have turned off the eraser icon for you guys. Okay, so it's okay. The only way for you to erase something then is just to click on to use the arrow icon and click delete. The T type icon, by the way, guys, will allow you to type. Oh, I see somebody went old school with the old with the 80s bubble S that we used to do. Bingo. Ooh, F equals BA over B minus A over B minus A. I see I got some mathematics people in here. I like it. All right, so they are probably not expecting you to be fluent on it, but I just wanted to let you know how things work, just in case they put something up and it's not the first time you've seen it. Ooh, I got a Spanish person too. Hola. No French? Bonjour. Salut. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing here. Oh, ni hao, Chinese. I'm gonna stop sharing there, and I'm gonna also show you that they can also just show you a screen that they have. Let me see if I have a good screen that is fairly safe for people to look at. All right, here I will go to a Chrome tab and go to this one. So we can also just show you send things. You see, I was looking up how to some algebra type stuff for my daughter who is currently in algebra. So you will not be able to interact with the screen when your teacher shares a screen with you, but you can look at what they're looking at. Now, if what you're looking at is too small for you to see, over on the left-hand side, the upper left-hand side, you can see a little square with some lines and what looks like a magnifying glass. You can click on that and hit the plus, and it'll make it bigger, but only for you, not for anyone else. So then you can have it as big as you need it without interrupting anyone else and how they're doing it. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing there. They can also share PowerPoints with you or a picture. And lastly, they can ask you questions. Well, not lastly. There's one more thing. And then you'll see a question pop up on your screen. If you click on the answer that you wish, then you can respond to your teacher's question. So they may pop up with a question too. I see that there are a couple of people who have my sense of humor over there. Wait, we're going to be online? Excellent. See, you guys are getting it. So you can click on that, and this is a great way for teachers to be able to just get a sense of whether you understand what's going on or not. Are there any questions so far about a Blackboard Collaborate online environment? Yes, Nicole.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know how to participate in online discussion activity.
In online activities?
Yes.
That depends on what kind of activities your teacher has as planned for you. So the next thing I'm going to show you is what your Blackboard site may look like and where things may be for that. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to go back out to my Blackboard site. Let me go back to where we go in. So let me share my screen with you guys. And I saw that there was another hand up. Hold on. Miss, I don't know whether it's a Ms. or a Mr. Turner.
Kalia is a girl.
Kalia. Okay.
Is there like a way that you could present like a slide or something, or will that be needed if we have to present anything to the class?
Absolutely. And what would happen then is the teacher would have to make you something called a presenter. So, Kalia, I'm going to go ahead and make you a presenter.
Yeah.
And do you see, if you're looking at the place where there are two people beside each other, you'll see that your name is in a different place. Moderators are the instructors. Presenters have some privileges, but not others. And then participants can only participate in certain ways.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. I'm going to put you back down to a participant. And share my screen with you. And it's going to be this one. Okay. So if you're looking, this is the entrance into my screen, into my Blackboard site that you guys are enrolled in. The first thing, and let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see it a little more. The first thing you see on the left-hand side is announcements. Most of the time, that's the first thing you'll see when you come into a class is the announcements. Please keep looking at those announcements. They're very helpful. The announcements also get sent to you as an email, but I would also look on the screen My rule of thumb is if you're doing online learning, you need to check at least once to twice a day on your Blackboard site, no matter whether you have class that day or not. Okay? So check your announcements. Your teachers will often have a start here, like this one. And I heard somebody just now pop up with maybe a question. Okay. So the start here oftentimes will be a way of this is how you get started with the class. So if you have a start here, that's a good thing to do. The next thing is your syllabus and schedule. If you click on syllabus and schedule, you'll always see the support services for students. So these are things like your library, learning labs, campus police, any of those things. And to find out more about it, so let's say I wanted to learn more about the campus police, I click on in the folder, and then I would click on that, and that is a website, and it would take me straight to information about the campus police. So to get back, you can just go right back to syllabus and schedule. So the academic calendar, that's the college's calendar, not your class calendar, is also on here, and then a refund policy, of course. Your teacher may also post their own syllabus. Will probably post their own syllabus and maybe their own schedule right down here, and that's one of the first things you want to look at is what does your teacher expect of you, and how is the class going to run? Okay. The next thing you want to see is under course content. This is the stuff that you are mostly going to want to go to. And so in mine, it's just different things, how to download or access the recording. So your teacher may record their lectures, and that'll allow you to access them and play them over again, and even download them onto your computer if they record them and allow that. Not every teacher allows recordings. So you'll see a variety of things, and we're going to come back to the sample test and the sample assignment. The next thing you see is discussion board. Discussion board is a great way of having a discussion in your class. So the first one is if you have questions or comments, and the second one is a biology question. And it says, you find a dust bunny under your bed. How can you tell if it's alive? And discuss the characteristics of life. So if you click right on there, you're going to, if you want to answer, then you'll create a thread. You'll click create thread, and you'll answer. You'll give it a title. And you'll say whatever you want to say. If there's something you want to attach, you can browse your computer and attach. And then you hit it. What you see here is this is an unread post, meaning that you haven't read it yet. So you look for unread posts for what you need to be keeping up with, okay? To get back, you can always click right back up here for discussion board, or go right back to discussion board right here, whichever way makes you happy. If you want, a great thing to do is to subscribe to a board that you don't check very often, because it will send you an email when somebody posts something new. Now, if it's something that somebody's going to post, there are 50 people in your class, and everybody's going to post on it in the next week, you don't want 50 emails. These are it's better to subscribe to a post that you wouldn't check as often, like this questions and answers one if you have questions about the class or something like that. Faculty info is an important thing. So if you click on faculty info, you'll see here's my name, here's how to get a hold of me with my email, here's my phone number, my office phone number, my office location. Here are my office hours. Office hours are a great way of getting hold of your instructor. Ask them how they're going to do their office hours online. Some of them will set up appointments with you. Others of them will sit in a Blackboard Collaborate session and wait for people to come in and ask whatever questions they have. Do not, the teachers really want you to use their office hours. And then they may have something else here. And they may put up their picture. You guys don't need my picture, so I didn't put up mine. The next thing is quick links. Quick links are great for you guys because this is how you can check your grades. It's also how you can send an email to your instructor or to someone else in the course. There's some free online tutoring here. And then there are other support services, technical support. Please, if you're having difficulty, please call eLearning if you're having difficulties with Blackboard. eLearning is there to assist you guys, and I'm trying to remember the phone number. Solomon, is it 301-546-0463?
Correct.
Woohoo! I remembered it. So,
we're available till 9 p.m. Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 9 p.m.
See, and they're even open late, 9 p.m. That's pretty late. Probably not for you guys, but it is for me. Right around 9 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed. But notice he said they're closed on the weekend, so do not wait till the weekend and find out you have a problem. Work on your work early so that you don't run into problems that you can't get assistance for. These also have some good Blackboard video tutorials, so if you're not sure about how to do something, you can go into that Blackboard video tutorials and it'll walk you through it. So Links is a wonderful tool for you guys. And then their library resources. That's a way to get into the library. So you can chat with the librarian. You can go into the library and talk about the research guide, or you can go into a database list in case you're needing to research something. So that's a fantastic tool as well. And then last but not least, there are 2 ways that you might see your instructor create their link to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. You may see them have something called a virtual classroom, or it may say Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, or whatever they want to title it. Normally it's either Blackboard Collaborate Ultra or a virtual classroom. Or you may see it like in course content, a link like this, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Okay, either one of those is something you may see. And this is, hold on, let me enter the student preview so that you see it the way you'll see it. All right, so you will only see these items, and it'll look like that. Okay. So let me go back to you guys. Any questions about Blackboard Collaborate Ultra or how to navigate your Blackboard site? Oh, you're right. How to participate in an online discussion through discussion board, Nicole? Is that what you're interested in?
Yes, through discussion.
Excellent. That's a great question. Let me show you one more time. And then I'm going to show you how to turn in an assignment. And I'm going to show you how to take a quiz or a test in case they do one of those online. So let me share my screen one more time so that you can see those things. So back to the discussion board. You click on discussion board. And if you want to, let's say you want to talk about this discussion board, the what is life, maybe that's an assignment. You'll create a thread. In this case, it says in order to see what other people have said, you have to create a thread first. Here's again what it says you need to do. And then you would click create thread and you would title it. All right, so maybe that's what you want to say. Normally a discussion board post is longer than that, so I just don't want you guys to have to wait through me typing a whole bunch. And then if you have something that you need to attach, like let's say your teacher wanted you to attach a PowerPoint, you can attach that. You see, you can also use a Dropbox or what's on your computer, and then you hit submit. Be careful about save draft. Save draft means that your teacher won't see it. Make sure if you're ready to submit, you go ahead and hit submit. And there it is. You can see that there have been 3 responses, and you can look at those responses. If you click on the link, it'll show you what somebody else says. There's my picture. And then you can reply to them saying, and say something else. Maybe life doesn't have to be fun. And you can respond to them, and you can see how it has a little change, just like you would see a conversation anywhere else. And you can go back to this discussion board. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic.
Thank you.
No problem. Let me show you how to turn in an assignment. So if you go to course content, I have an assignment down here. The sample assignment, you click, if you see it look like this, the title of this one says sample assignment. If you click on the link, it says it's worth 5 points. And here's the instructions. Please upload a document saying hello in any font you choose. So then you would, if you have cloud storage or Dropbox or it on your computer, you would browse your computer. You would click on whatever it is that you wanted to do. And then you could make a comment to your teacher. I hope you like this. It took me a long time. And then you can hit submit. I heard somebody. Are we allowed to upload Google Docs? If you you can't upload a Google Doc, you can upload a link to a Google Doc, but you have to make sure that you have given the person permission to view that doc. And I saw that there was at least one 15-year-old there, so I'm wondering whether the 15-year-old is the Academy of Health Sciences Academy of Health Sciences person, and if you are, you can't use your PGCPS email. I mean Google Doc, because they won't be able to access it. PGCPS is real big about that. You will get an email confirming that you turned in your assignment. Now, be careful about this, because what I want you to do is always go back and see if you can see your document. Then you know you turned it in. If you cannot see it, you did not turn it in. Okay? I'm going to go back to course content and show you how to take a test, and then we'll back to some questions. So we're in the sample test. You click sample test, and then it says it has a time limit of 10 minutes, and it will automatically submit after 10 minutes. Now, this is what how the teacher set it. It will depend on the teacher, how they set it up, but you hit begin, and then you just there's your time, right there, 9 minutes, 55 seconds. And the first question asks me, what is my favorite pet? Cat, dog, fish, bird, reptile, like snake, something exotic, none. I don't like pets or animals, all of them. And in my case, I am an animal lover, so I'm going to say all of them. You can save your answer, and to go to the next one, you click on that arrow beside it. The next question says, I live in the state of, it sounds like I had a question. Hold on. Solomon, who works in eLearning, says Google Docs must be saved as in a Word document format.
Yeah, Blackboard will not accept Google Docs. So if you are uploading a document from Google Docs, make sure you select the option that says Save As. There is an option to save as or download to Word document from your Google Docs, and that's the
But you
format will
can't
be
just put the
accepted as well.
link. You can't just put a link in the comments, Solomon.
The
That's
document
what my students have done in the past. Is just in the comments put a link there so that you can look at so the teacher can look at it.
Yeah, but if you submit an assignment, if you attach a document, the Google Docs it doesn't show in Blackboard.
Right. Yeah. If they want an attachment, you really need to use like a Word document. Go ahead and save it as a Word document. If they're okay with a Google Doc and just going to a link, then that's your option too. So the next question says, I live in the state of. Now, you guys it's very hard to see, but there's a box in there. So if you click on the box, you can type in your answer. And then again, you can save the answer, but if you go to the arrow, most of the time it saves it automatically. And you see I have 7 minutes and 34 seconds left. And this one is a math question, 7 plus 2 times 5. You can see I like math. And I know that I'm supposed to multiply the 2 times 5 first, and then add the 6. So that's going to give me 16. But I'm going to mess it up on purpose. I'm going to say I'm going to add it like some people would. 8 times 5 would be 40. So I'm going to then save and submit. Well, first of all, let me show you what it would look like if you skipped one. If you skip one and you hit save and submit, you'll get a message that says the following questions may be incomplete. Number 3, which is the question I'm on. Click cancel to return to the test. Click OK to save an incomplete answer. So they'll count it wrong if you don't answer it. So I'm going to hit cancel and come back to it and go ahead and type in my answer. And then I'll hit save and submit. Now it's going to send me a message and says test submission confirmation. Click cancel to return to the test. Click OK to go ahead and submit the assessment. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you'll see that it'll give you, here it is, test saved and submitted. Here's my name, the course, the time, everything. I use 3 minutes out of 10. And if I want to see the results, I can click OK. So I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to see that I got 10 points out of 30. So I didn't get any points for what's your favorite pet. I did get points for the state I lived in, and I got no points for answering my math question wrong. Okay, so that is how you take a test online, and each teacher will set it up a little bit different, but I wanted you to be able to see basically how a test works. All right, so now I'm going to open it up to questions. Did you guys have any questions you wanted to ask? Are we allowed to a recording session during during online class? If yes, how do you do that? No, you wouldn't be allowed to hit the record button. That would be the moderators. If your teacher, if they want their session recorded, they'll record it, but you wouldn't be allowed to hit the record. You can, if they record one, you can access or download that. And the way you would access or download the recording is, hold on, again, I'll share my screen and I'll show you how to access or download a recording. Oh, I don't have a recording on this one. Well, I'll show you how to do it. There isn't one down here yet because you guys are my first. But if I were to go to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, you can see where your session is. If you click on 3 little bars and click on recordings, then any recordings that they have will show up there, and it'll let you download it, or it'll let you just play it, and you get that choice of whether you want to download it onto your hard drive or just play it. So that's how you do that. Be aware that you can't download it immediately after you get off. It takes the system a while to package it up and make it a video. So I would definitely wait a little while before trying to find that recording. And you should see a little icon, a little message come up when your teacher starts recording a session if they choose to record it. Other questions? No problem. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you. You guys have been great. Oh, our office hours usually the time of the classes. No, they're oftentimes they're near the time of the classes because that's when students are free. But of course, during the time of the classes, you're going to be expected to be in the class. So you wouldn't be going to the teacher for help then. This would be an after class or a before class thing. And sometimes the teachers will also put a day or two other than that in case you need to have a question answered that isn't there. Good. Other questions? No problem. Hopefully you remember. Oh, I'm going to show you one other thing. On the upper left-hand side of your screen, you should see a little tab with 3 lines on it. If you click on that, you should see student session 1, and one of the things you could do is it says tell me about Collaborate, and it's another way for you to look at Collaborate and how to navigate through Collaborate. I'm going to let you guys go. It was wonderful having you guys. You guys were a great group. And I look forward to maybe seeing you on campus when we finally get to being back on campus. Bye, guys.